Let's bring in media writer for The Australian, Sophie Ellsworth. Sophie, let's start with Channel 10. Their program, The Project, gave a platform to a social media influencer called Purple Pingers to give rental advice to young people. But instead, he told those struggling to find a house, to just go ahead and take one that looks abandoned.
On the census night, we had 10% of all housing stock vacant. But I asked people for less than 48 hours and I've already got over 300 responses. I'm not the government, so I don't have the resources to ask everyone. But yeah, if you've got over 300 places that have been abandoned for more than 2 years, some up to 20 years, I think it's a problem that exists.
Are people actually moving into these homes?
Yes. Not from the public ones, though.
So not from the ones you've listed?
Yeah.
So it's happening, privately, word of mouth or something?
Yeah. If someone needs a house, they can reach out to me and I can send them an empty home.
What sort of people are moving into these homes? You're seeing families with kids and...
It's mainly people just experiencing housing insecurity, and that can look like anyone.
Where do I start? This is just appalling. To have someone on the program promoting people's properties being taken, encouraging squatters to move in. Really, this is the solution to the housing crisis?
Oh, it was pretty shocking, Rita. I thought The Project giving him plenty of oxygen here. He had a T-shirt. On the T-shirt it said, "Good people disobey bad laws." And then he was asked, "Is that what you think here?" And he said, "No comment." I mean, really appalling stuff, and encouraging people, call me up.
Is that not a criminal offence to illegally enter someone's property? I just can't believe...
Well, he's saying if the doors are unlocked, you can enter. So it's not actually a locked premises, so just walk in. And he's saying he can find you these properties, all around the place. But Rita, imagine if you've got a property...
Okay, so if the doors are unlocked, you can enter someone's property?
You can just walk in and squat. He's saying you're allowed to squat. But Rita, imagine if that was your property and you've got someone just squatting in there. This is really irresponsible. He's telling people to contact him and he'll hook them up with properties.
And these squatters, will they be paying, I don't know, the rates, the land tax?
Well, he said they don't have gas, they won't have, utilities. They'll just camp out there. I mean, this is just ridiculous stuff. And The Project really didn't do a very good job of holding him to task. Mind you, our colleague Steve Price was on there, and thankfully he knocked some sense into them and asked a pretty tough question.
He made the claim we saw that in the clip that on census night 10% of houses were empty. That doesn't mean they've been abandoned. You could be at next door's house on census night. You could be taking your kids to a sporting event, or there may be 100 reasons. You might be overseas on a holiday. You may be
staying at your partner's
place.
house, or
whatever you're doing. Really, it's nobody's business. If you've got a property that you have paid for, that you're paying taxes on, that you are responsible for, to suggest that if there's no one living there, it's just up for grabs. I mean, that's not how a civilised country behaves.
It's shocking, Rita. And the fact that The Project didn't really call him out on this, I mean, in a way, it's endorsing it. They should have
They gave a platform to it. They put it on national free-to-air television. And I've got to say, this sort of nonsense may start off with good intentions, even if you want to take the kindest attitude to this craziness. But let's have a look at where it ends up, because in places like New York, where the Democrats rule, the squatters have more rights than the homeowners.
Why can't you just change the locks?
Oh, I will be arrested instantly.
They turned off the hot water and then reported that they had no hot water. It's a $250 fine per day, up to $15,000, punishable by 5 years in jail.
So here you are, you have to pay the upkeep of the house.
Right. I pay the
and not getting any rent?
I'm not getting any rent, and I'm paying the gas and electric every month.
4 stories repeated over and over and over again by irate and often unwitting property owners, worry lines marking their faces, who came to City Councilwoman Vicky Palladino's office desperately seeking help. Hong Chen has spent thousands trying unsuccessfully to get the squatters out of this home in Maspeth. John Sokran using his pension money for expenses on this College Point home he hoped would provide retirement income. And Susan Mascara, who has used up her savings paying for 7 years of upkeep on this Bayside home she inherited from her mother.
I'm in debt. My credit cards are pretty much maxed out.